Hello everybody, how are you all doing today? This is Karthik Poovanam. I'm a leadership coach and author. Look at this lush green trees. Absolutely amazing. And this blue sky which I'm able to witness from the windshield. And this greenery which is surrounding me. And I just decided to stop a little by and take a little walk, and I thought I should also invite you into this walk where I'm going to be discussing about why you should not force your children to get married. It's become a taboo today. Marriage, and everybody wants to marry their kids, especially daughters. It's not so rampant in the European countries, but definitely in India this is very rampant. Also in America it's reducing largely, but in India it is like if a father has a girl child, he's so worried. Oh, her age is 25, he gets heart attack. Oh my god, my daughter is still not married. If she's 30, all the relatives will come and ask, hey, why is your girl not getting married? Is there any kind of dosha, that means something wrong with the horoscope? All these kinds of things begin to happen for a father who is having a girl child. And also for men, they consider it as something missing in their life. They're not married, and this is all the people around them, they force this person to get married and get into trouble. Well, 5 years before, I took a very wise decision in my life never to get married, and I don't regret that decision. It's not that I have an absence of a woman in my life. I have a woman who I channel love with a lot of purity. She channels the love with a lot of purity, but there is no bondage. There is absolutely no kind of a bondage which creates a dirty stink in the relationship. There is no expectations. Anything which is done between us is done purely as an act of love. And unfortunately, a majority of humanity is missing this possibility. And let's go for a walk and discuss these things, because it's going to be very interesting, and I want to keep you all aware during these conversations, so that we don't miss out on possibilities. So come, let's go for a walk and discuss these things. Okay, look at this greenery. How is it? Absolutely wonderful, isn't it? So nice. So let's it was a little conscious break to take. It's nice. So for a moment, let's observe the scenery. Let's observe how this greenery looks like, how this wonderful internal atmosphere looks like, and how is it to park the vehicle in the middle of these jungles where nobody is there and take a nice walk. It's absolutely wonderful, isn't it? So this is exactly what I want to share with every one of you. You're missing this freedom very largely, and many parents are blaming it on their children. They're saying that we have children, now we have to worry about their tuition fees, we have to worry about their college fees, we have to worry about their future, and constantly cursing the child. And who brought the child to the planet? You. And how you brought the child to the planet? Because you were married. And many of you, I see that most of the times when you take a decision to marry, it is never ever a conscious choice. It's always for some compulsive reasons people marry. Today, a lot of women who are independent that I know, who are in very good positions. Some of them are running startups, some of them are in very good positions, some of them are IPS officers, And they say that they feel bad because they are not married, because their parents, their uncles, their aunties, they're all worried because they're not married. And somewhere this woman also feels that something is missing in her life, that she's not married. So we have to clear certain myth here. Marriage was an institution when the woman's life was a threat, because the only means of a survival was dependency on a man. Let me repeat this once again and hear this very carefully. If you are a woman, listen to this very, very carefully. There was a time when every woman's survival was completely dependent on a man. Today, that's not so. Today, it is absolutely not the case. Secondly, a man also used to have marriage because there was a certain community which used to be a part of, and everything was a part of organized structure, and very limited possibility to think about what is good, what is nice, and survival was always at a threat, and it was always about procreating and having more children because they will act as a support system after 10-15 years. Today that's not the case. Today the world is much more organized. So for this reason, please don't get married. Second reason that people think is sex. See, if you're marrying today for sex, it is the worst thing to ever do. There are a lot of arrangements for sex, and one must explore that options in a very, very healthy way. Well, there are physical needs, and it is completely undeniable. And for this reason, to get caught up for years together in a journey just for a few seconds of pleasure, a lot of you are not having this lover awakened in you. So obviously you are driven by lust. So obviously your pleasures are going to last only for a few seconds, a few minutes, hardly 2 to 3 minutes. And for this, you don't have to get stuck for years together. All right? It's very important for you to understand that. Secondly, ask yourself one very, very important and vital question. What is that vital question you got to ask yourself? The vital question you got to ask yourself is, are you in a position to think for yourself? And if you are in a position to think for yourself, it's very, very important for you to think wisely, to think in such a way and in such a manner where you are not going to get yourself caught up in a loop where you are not able to come out. Another thing is, today if you look at the marriages, whatever is happening, it's all about what is your qualification, what car you own, what kind of property you own. It just looks like a bloody damn business deal. No one is even bothered to find out how you both are going to feel in each other's presence, because in order to know how you both are going to feel in each other's presence, you have to spend some time with each other. And this is absolutely missing in today's society. Nobody even bothers to find out how two people are going to feel in each other's presence. They are supposed to adjust, and they call adjustment as a very, very nice meaning to having a family. Well, if you go on adjusting in life, the another word of adjustment is compromising. And when you go on compromising in life, compromising means accepting a situation that you don't like with total dislike and helplessness. And this is what is happening. In this helpless state, people are producing children, and again they are compromising on their well-being. Your child wants to go to holidays, but you tell your child, hey, listen, we cannot afford this big holidays. Look how your father is struggling. Look, your mother is struggling. And you have to become big, and you have to take care of your parents. This kind of a moral loop, a trick, a very big criminal activity is happening. Why is it a criminal activity? Because you are stealing the joyful time from the child's life. The child, when it comes to the planet, does not have any guarantee that the child is going to experience a joyful time. Look how many people can literally go to these kinds of atmospheres. These trees, lush green trees, I have to drive almost 100 kilometers away from the city to experience this kind of a joyful internal state. To smell fresh oxygen, I have to come this far. There's nowhere where I can breathe freely in the city. It is filled with pollution. And if I'm taking out my luxury toy, I'm driving my luxury car, I have to press the brake very, every moment because there is traffic. So we are living a life in a chaotic way in the cities, and we are projecting it to be a very good way of life. And when health gets into a problem, there are obviously insurance, there is obviously doctors. I mean, why to spoil your health, which has a potentiality to be great? A majority of the lifestyle diseases today, I want you to go and Google, okay, what is lifestyle diseases? It's essentially happening because of stress. And how is it that you will not have stress when you are not going to subject yourself in these vibrant atmospheres, in these joyful atmospheres? When you're not going to breathe fresh oxygen, obviously you're going to end up in stress. So please understand all of these things. Marriage has a very close interlink to your well-being. And if you are not married, and you have tried getting married and you're not getting married, and if some astrologer says that you have some curse, believe me, it is absolutely wrong. In fact, today it is a blessing if you are not getting married. Today it is a blessing if you are not going to have children, because it's a polluted world, and it's time we do not bring more children into this planet to cause enormous suffering to them. Everything has got a price tag, and not everyone is capable enough of affording the wonderful life to their children. So it's time that we do not bring another child and cause suffering to the child. So how will the humanity emerge? Hey, listen, not everyone is going to follow this, okay? But a few people must take a conscious choice to not marry and get embroiled in this loop where you are creating children after children and then not providing good education to them, not able to provide nice life to them, and then telling them that life is a struggle. All of this must be avoided. All of this can be very largely avoided, and this has to be happening at a very fast pace. And if this doesn't happen at a fast pace, then obviously you're going to get caught up in a loop. So it's time for you to understand that marriage is not something which you have to take it as a food, okay? It's not so necessary in today's world, especially. You are very good even if you're not married, all right? And feel good about your life, feel good about yourself, and prioritize a joyful time. Experience people who can give you deep sense of harmony in life. That's all that is required today. Have a great day, stay blessed, stay energized, and I will see you in another series about marriage. Good day.